So we're going to create another query, and for this one, they want to know the total value of each work order. And we're going to be using our total labor query as a subquery. So we're going to go into Create and go into Query Design. And at the Show table, we're actually going to go into Queries this time. And then let's add total labor. Then we're going to go into Tables, and we're going to add work orders. Now you will notice that Access automatically created a join based on the work order field. And let's close. And that's actually important because we do want these connected. We want to display the total labor cost for particular work orders. So we're going to go ahead and add fields from the query and the work order table. Now to add all of the fields from total labor, instead of clicking on each one, we're going to double click the asterisk. Okay, and you'll notice that we've got total labor.asterisk. That includes all of the fields automatically. So if we run the query, you're going to notice that everything from total labor is included. Let's go back to design view here. And actually, let's run this again. They're going to want us to apply the currency format to the total labor column. So let's go back over here. We are in the column right now. And if we were to change everything to currency, that is actually not going to make a whole lot of sense. So what they want us to do is kind of change this. Basically, they want us to cut this and then add very specific fields. But we should just be able to change this. They want the work order field. Then they would like the service date. Oh, I see, yeah. They want the service date. And they want total labor. Now, could I have right-clicked and cut? Certainly. But changing it just made a little bit more sense than removing it completely. And now that we have these all separate, we can change total labor to currency. So if we just right-click and go into Properties, go into Format, and we can pick currency. And then let's run this and take a quick look. It does indeed work. So let's go back into Design View because we're not done. And for work orders, what they would like us to do is add parts. Now this is the cost of the parts. So we're going to double click on parts, and if we run it, you can see that it's a numeric value. Let's go back. So at this point, we've got the total labor, we've got the parts, so we can actually calculate the total work order. So I'm going to do the calculated field here at the end, and they would like the column heading to be total work order, colon. And let me widen this up just a little bit. And again, if you prefer to do this in Builder, that's fine. So we've got total work order, colon. In brackets, we're going to put total labor, which is our column heading or field name that we've given. And we're going to add in parts. Okay, so this is going to give us our grand total for the cost of the job. Now let's go ahead. I'm going to save it at this point. And we're going to key in total work orders for the name. And then let's run this. Okay, so we have our grand total, which is adding the total labor to the parts. Now let's widen this one up. They don't really like this column heading. So we are going to right click and go into properties and give it a little caption, putting some spaces between those multiple words. And we're just going to call it total work order. And they want us to apply the currency format to the number. And then let's close this. We'll save this and run it. And let me double click here just so I can see the entire field name. And at this point, we are now done with this subquery. The reason it's a subquery is because we've got a table and a query.